There are thousands of manhwa and manhwa out there, and we have already read all the popular ones. But what about the less popular ones that we don't even know about? Many manhwa and manhwas are released all the time but go unnoticed due to the lack of publicity. And if you search for it, then you might find many hidden gems among them which are even better than the famous ones. So today I will be recommending you all top 10 underrated manhwa and manhwa that you should read right now. So let's start a list.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Coming at number 10, we have Ultimeter. Long ago, the world was in chaos until the Ultimeter appeared. Now everyone lives happily except for a boy named Savior Gu. He was an orphan who went around picking fights with everyone and ultimately gets thrown in a school for people with superpowers. Now he was given the goal to survive in this school till the end and become a Ultimeter. This manhwa starts off good, but the story turns confusing after about 100 chapters. The art is decent and the story is full of fight scenes. The main character is annoying at the beginning and his character development is slow. All the other characters have deep backstory, which makes this manhwa a bit more interesting. So you can try this out if you have nothing else to read. Coming at number 9, we have Burning Effect. In order to reduce the crime rate and overpopulation brought by medical advances, the Central Bureau of Grey Mark sentences anyone to death regardless of the severity of the crimes they commit. To stop this evil government, people with supernatural powers start their rebellion. This manhwa is basically about the conflict between the Central Bureau and the Revolutionary Army trying to overturn the government. The story of this manhwa is awesome and it's full of action scenes. But the art of this manhwa depends on your taste. Most people don't like it, but I personally don't dislike its art style. And the main character is also not strong from start but becomes stronger as the story progresses. So, if you are a fan of action and martial arts, then you will definitely like this manhwa. Coming at number 8, we have Feng Shenji. The great Shang dynasty has been in power for many years because of the god's protection. But instead of submitting to God's will, the new emperor resolves to overthrow them and free humanity. However, this meant not only will he face all the powerful gods but all people serving under them. The art of this manhwa is a bit old-fashioned, but it is absolutely gorgeous. The story is also great, although the pacing is a bit slow at the beginning. It gets better after a few chapters. And all the character developments are amazing, especially the main character development. He goes from a coward to a badass prince through the progression of the story. This is a must-read for people who are looking for something new to read. Also, this manhwa has too much text information, so if you are not a fan of reading too much, then this one might not be for you. Coming at number 7, we have Death's Game. After becoming unemployed and losing his girlfriend, Yi Jae-choi decides to take his own life. Insulted by his attitude towards dying, Death comes to punish him with her game where he must experience death over and over again through 13 other lives. But if he finds a way to survive in any of these lives, then he gets to live out their lifetime. This manhwa is basically about the character development of the main character. Both the art and the story are top tier. All the characters in this manhwa is well written and all of them have a different backstory. So, if you are looking for something new to read, then you can check this one out. Coming at number 6, we have I Shall Live as a Prince. Lee Yun-ho, an ordinary man who was looking for a job in Korea, gets reincarnated into the body of the Grand Prince Jin Seong from the Joseon dynasty. But unfortunately, he finds out that his brother is the king of Joseon, who was infamous for being a crazy tyrant. And thus begins the story of Lee Yun-ho as he turns the tyrant king into the great king. Although the starting of this manhwa is a bit confusing, the rest of the chapters are very well written. The art is absolutely beautiful and the story is also quite good. The main character is nothing special, but he is quite knowledgeable about history and he also uses modern knowledge to bring changes in the current timeline. If you are into historical dramas, then you will definitely love this manhwa. Coming at number 5, we have Life After. This manhwa is very similar to Nanhao and Shangfeng. This manhwa is about the journey of two people surviving in an apocalyptic world. Watch how both of them save people, kill zombies and increase their power level in order to become stronger. This manhwa is absolutely hilarious. After seeing the name and cover page, you might mistake it for a typical zombie survival manhwa, but it's most definitely not one of those. It's one of the most wholesome and funny manhwa that you will ever read. Both the main characters are weak at start, but they slowly become more and more stronger. And its art style is pretty good too. So if you haven't read it till now, then I definitely suggest you to read it. Coming at number 4, we have Love Advice from the Great Duke of Hell. The main character, Paul, has a crush on a girl. To make her fall for him, he summons one of the strongest demons from hell, Astaroth. But little did he know that the demon would be of no help to him. And thus begins the weird but funny journey of Paul and Astaroth as they overcome this hurdle together. This manhwa starts off funny but gets more serious after the first season. The art is average but very detailed, especially the facial expressions of the characters. The story is written nicely and all the main characters have deep backstories. Check this out if you are looking for a manhwa with a lot of funny scenes. Coming at number 3, we have the story of a low-rank soldier becoming a monarch. The protagonist, Chris, dreamt of becoming a knight, but his dream gets crushed after he loses his right hand on the battlefield. Later he masters all the skills that were necessary for his survival, but after a few years he fell off a cliff and dies. Before dying, he swallows an artifact he had no knowledge about and gets regressed back to when he was 15 years old. Now he decides to fulfill his dream and become the best knight in his kingdom. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is awesome. The main character uses his past life's knowledge to become strong faster than anyone else. He is not a coward and takes on challenges that comes his way. He is also smart and uses his brain to defeat strong opponents. This manhwa was definitely worth the read and I highly recommend you to read it too. Coming at number 2, we have Flow. In this world, every child is born under God. Some gods are weak while others are strong. Children born under weaker gods were not allowed to attend high school. But every god has one thing in common. They grant wishes if the correct price is paid. This manhwa is about a boy named Li Rang who turns back time a day and pays dearly for it. Now to reverse his wish, he must attend high school and try to use the power of his god once again. This is a very awesome manhwa and I was surprised that it wasn't famous. The story is amazing from the start and doesn't get boring till the end. The story is well written with major plot twists and the art is good too. The main character is weak at the start but trains hardly to slowly become stronger. He goes through character development as the story becomes more and more aggressive. This was an amazing manhwa and I highly suggest you to read it. Coming at number 1, we have The First Hunter. A small portion of the population were given special powers to fight against the monsters who appeared out of nowhere. The one who stood above all hunters was Kim Tae-hun. His experience as a special force soldier made him a deadly hunter feared by both humans and monsters alike. But a magical artifact prophesies his death several years in the future and now he must get stronger to change his fate. Overall, this is a very good manhwa with average art and good storyline. You won't see much character development of the main character since he's already mature from the start. He's overpowered and ruthless and kills everyone who pose a threat to him or his subordinates. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.